All right, here we go. Question number 7 from our 1316 homework number 3 in MyLab Math. And we're looking at finding the inverse tangent of the tangent of 9 pi over 10. Notice it says do not use a calculator. We're going to ignore that, and we are going to use a calculator at least to check our result. So we're going to start by copying the problem down. The inverse tangent of the tangent of 9 pi over 10. And we know that when you take the inverse tangent of the tangent, those are going to cancel. And this angle will be the answer if, listen, if it's within the acceptable range of values. Okay? So for inverse tangent, we know that the acceptable range of values are going to be angles from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. So then the question becomes, is 9 pi over 10 within this range? Well, we're going to need common denominators to effectively compare here, okay? So 10, if I convert that to tenths, that's going to be 5 pi over 10, 9 pi over 10, and this also is going to be 5 pi over 10. So 9 pi over 10 is definitely greater than negative 5 pi over 10, but it is not less than 5 pi over 10. So we know that 9 pi over 10 is not going to be the correct answer. So we're going to have to find an equivalent reference angle that'll produce the same outcome as tangent of 9 pi over 10, okay? So let's go over here to our unit circle. 9 pi over 10 is going to be in quadrant 2. In fact, if we consider pi, remember pi is going to be the same as 10 pi over 10. And so we know that this angle right in here, this is our reference angle, is going to be pi over 10 because it takes 1 pi over 10 to get from 9 pi over 10 to 10 pi over 10. That is our reference angle, okay? Now we need to consider the sign. In the second quadrant, we know that tangent is negative because if you do y divided by x, you're going to have a positive divided by a negative. So tangent is going to be negative, okay? So that means that we're going to have to look for an angle that is from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2, we're looking for an angle in either the first or fourth quadrant that will have a negative value for tangent and has this reference angle. And so we know that the first quadrant is out because in the first quadrant, tangent is positive. And so that's going to restrict us then to the fourth quadrant, and our angle in the fourth quadrant that has the same reference angle, that is going to be negative pi over 10. Okay, remember in the fourth quadrant, if you go clockwise, angles are negative. Okay, so from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2, our equivalent reference angle that will have the same value as tangent of 9 pi over 10 is going to be tangent of negative pi over 10. Okay, so our angle, our answer to this problem is going to have to be negative pi over 10. And now we are going to plug that into the calculator and check. So we're going to have the inverse tangent of the tangent of 9 pi over 10. Remember, you're going to input that exactly the way it looks in your MyLab math. And hopefully it's going to give us the answer that we calculated manually. And there you go. It is verified electronically. And so now all we have to do is input that into MyLab math. And the answer is going to be negative pi over 10. And there you go. Man, I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put those in the comment section below, or you can text me. And thanks for watching.